disappointed in a lot of things that we did today. Did enough things wrong to where we deserved to lose, and fortunate to find a way to win. Really thought to the field position. Luke Elzinga was fantastic. Coming here to the press conference and bragging on our punter. But he deserves it. He had, 8 punts. I think 2 were inside the 5 and 3 were inside the 10. And that was a big part of the game in a field position game. Really, we had +1 again in the margin. We were 2 out of 2 in the red zone, scoring touchdowns. Again, overall, body of work on offense not very good today. Really proud of the guys that stepped up and had an opportunity. I thought that Josh Bates really battled his butt off and then lost his mind. We really lacked discipline. Had a couple of personal fouls today that I'm embarrassed about. Just didn't handle ourselves in the right moments. We lost the middle 8, 9-0. Really poor drive on offense just before half. The 15-second drive that gave them the ball back, and they went right down and got a field goal there as time expired. And then first drive of the second half, defense, we had a bust, supposed to be in too deep, and safety played quarters, and they scored a touchdown. And when they're not moving the ball much and not scoring much, that's again, just a recipe for losing. And but Danny Stutzman again had 15 tackles. Jake Roberts had his 2 big-time catches for us, his first touchdown as a Sooner. Grayson Halton with 1 minute and 42 seconds to go in the game. Just a great play there to force the safety. And we had several guys go down in the game, and guys stepped up. Sammy Amasigo got in there and had a career-high 5 tackles, had a couple tackles for loss, and really did a nice job as well. But like I said, fortunate to win and thankful for victory, thankful again for our players and our staff to figure it out on a night where a lot didn't go great. Thought we were off, on defense, just enough to allow them to stay on schedule. We talked about, how the opponent wants the game to go, and early in the week, and it went exactly. I bet it was pretty much close to script. If you asked Houston, other than they'd want to win, but keeping it close. And again, the stove was hot. And we touched the stove and got burnt. Let them hang around, and again, they had great fight. You got to give it to them, and they made layups when they were there. And at times when we had layups, we didn't make them. And again, like I said, we in many fronts you deserve to lose. But again, I don't want to take away from again the fight and our guys figuring it out, a way to win. Again, I think being on the plus side of the margin again is big. And again, Robert Spears had a great interception. Man, really nice play. That's 8 straight games. I think 24 of our last 28 games that we've, forced an interception since the start of the 22 season. So it came up big tonight.
Where do you think the disconnect is on offense? Can you boil it down to 3 or 4 things, or is it literally across the board?
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. And, so got to go back and, reevaluate a lot of things. But, there were some opportunities there in the game allow us to get into a rhythm that we missed some of those opportunities, and so we'll have to go back and look at that. And but we got to get a heck of a lot better quickly.
Brent, what did you think of Jackson's play tonight?
Yeah, again, just inconsistent. That was. Made some really nice plays. It was 19 out of 32. Made some really nice plays, and then at other times, we. Maybe try to force it, when you don't have to. And but thought he ran with toughness and, in some critical situations, made some good plays. And again, there's everybody around him got to play well too. And so that's part of it as well.
Brent, as a head coach, how important is it for you to stay patient and not get frustrated when you have a quarterback?
Yeah, and with the guys that are fighting through. There's a lot from an injury standpoint and whatnot. So you got to have perspective on all of it, and it is important. But at the same time, you don't want to have your head in the sand as well. So making sure that the things that we're asking people to do are the right things, and to give us a chance to win. And again, defense and special teams and field position, and then taking care of the football, making the explosive plays. And again, when we got good play design and we're in a good position based on the defensive calls, that we make those plays that are there too.
You're not getting much push up front of the offensive line.
Yeah, I have to wait and see. Too much penetration at times, for sure. And there's no doubt we got to be a lot better. We had 4 yards of play. And again, Houston said going in, the strength of their team was their defense, but we got to be better.
What about the run game? What did you see there? How much of it was the protection up front versus other factors?
Yeah, inconsistent, and go back and look and see, and again, whether or not we're making the right cuts and the right reads. At times, we had a few explosives, but nothing like you got to have, and you got to make people pay in the back end too, for how they're lining up, and you got to make plays, throwing the ball as well.
We saw Gentry and Jake Taylor go down during the game. Were those serious injuries for you guys?
I don't think so. We'll have to evaluate that, but I don't think so.
Brent, how alarming is the lack of big plays? It's one thing to get stuck consistently, but you're not able to have any big. You had 2 plays, I think, over 15 yards.
Yeah. So what was
the question is, how much does that limit the offense when you can't move it?
Yeah, no, it obviously it loosens the defense up the more you can create explosive plays. So we got to again look at creating those, making the plays when we are there, and then look at play design as well, so we can create some of those opportunities. You put people in conflict.
But for the most part, your defense, I know you gave up the big play, but your defense got you the win tonight. What did you think of your overall defensive?
Well, again, proud of. There's moments in the game that were excellent, and just look at the second half. The first drive, we have a bust that leads to a touchdown. I think that was. But we let them stay on schedule. That was felt it from the very get-go, and we didn't tackle great. We some of their play actions. We let guys get slightly outside of us, and that's all it takes. And they're dumping it down and throwing it at 2 yards and beyond the line of scrimmage and picking up 7. And we did that 3 different times that I can remember. And again, it's hard, man. You can't let people get into a rhythm, and do that team wanted to possess the football, and to me, we allowed them, and then next thing you know, you're losing some of that field position and momentum that you get. But the second half drives, other than the first drive that led to the bust, 20-yard drive, that 12-play 20-yard drive, it's like 7-minute drive went 20 yards, punt, four plays minus 4 yards, interception, 7 plays, 24 yards, punt, but they held the ball 4 minutes and 44 seconds. And so for the offense, it's hard to get into a rhythm too, Next drive, 1 play, we knocked them backwards and forced the safety, and then 29 seconds there at the end, we were in a really comfortable, confident position, 1, coming off the safety, but 2, we work a lot of 2-minute. And I think our guys were super confident. They knew, like, we talked timeouts, we talked how many seconds, what they got to do to win. And they had no timeouts in a touchdown to win. We all felt very confident in that moment, but we made it awfully hard on ourselves way too often. I thought there was a point in time in the second quarter we had a chance to go up by 3 scores, and we missed this window. That the game doesn't just give you back those opportunities in a night where you got a lot going against you, whether it's guys not being available or guys that are Peyton Bowen getting or we dropped a couple of punts. Billy gets out there and looks like a freshman, trying to field some punts, and when they gift wrapped it us the first touchdown. And again, that's to take nothing away from Jacoby busting his butt to get down there, and Lewis Carter busting their butts to get down there and playing the play from snap to whistle. And they did that, and that created the opportunity too. And the offense does a great job of punching it in right there too. So it takes that, but. There's small windows in a game a night where everything isn't not much is gonna come easy. We didn't slam the door and step on the throat when we could have. To me, in the first half, that would have made it really hard on Houston under the circumstances. Where they're at offensively right now, and where we're supposed to be at defensively.
How proud were you of the play Grayson made at the end of the game? Second week in a row, he's come back and made some plays in the backfield.
Yeah, really thankful and proud of him, and that group of guys up front. They've helped him too. He'd be the first one to tell you, man, that's a really close group of guys that bring out the best in each other. They challenge each other every day. Grayson has grown up, right before our eyes here in the last, since January. He's made a decision. He wants to, he's going to do something, and really proud of him and all the work that he's put in. And what a big time play. They didn't just gift wrap that. We didn't have a whole bunch of tackles for loss. I don't know what they were. We didn't have a whole bunch of them today, but man, that one was a huge one, and a game changer right there.
Brent, you talk about it there a couple answers ago, but Lewis's play there on that opening punt. What did you see there, and the way that he reacted after? Didn't seem like the returner thought he touched it.
Yeah, I mean, you just never know. You got to play when Coach Deacon talks about that all the time. You get on no matter what. Don't leave nothing to chance, and let the review and the officials figure it out when it's all said and done. So just great headiness and awareness and effort. As much as anything, not taking the play off, not relaxing. Not putting two hands or one hand on the wheel, keeping two hands on the wheel and playing from snap to whistle with everything you got. So. It's good. Big play.
Just curious, third game working with Sept. When it comes to game management, I know you had the third and 6, 3rd and 7, you go quarterback draw, the second reverse field goal. Can you guys discuss your setting up for a field goal?
Yeah, so we had a draw there that we were strongly considering, going forward if we got the right amount, and obviously. You don't know what would have happened on 4th down now after the fact. We missed the field goal, but he's doing exactly, playing the analytics on it, and we would have liked to get a couple more yards there, and, but
Hindsight's 20/20.
yeah.
Is there something about the tight end that's working for you, or just anything out of your receivers or whatever? Because you got some plays out of Jake tonight.
Yeah, again, those are short yardage situations, and they got the whole defense down there, and so you're playing off their aggressiveness, and so a couple of good play designs there that and then Jake making the plays, to not only get open but make the plays too. Nothing's a gimme.
The missed field goal from Tyler, did he just pull that one?
He pulled it. He did.
You still got confidence in him?
Yeah, absolutely. Do.